it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, we are back in again with another review of the latest 3 episodes of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man episodes 3, 4, and 5. Guys, I fucking love this show. I'm gonna wait for everybody to get in here before we kind of go into spoiler talk. If you are new here, this is something I do every week where I talk about new episodes of Marvel's latest show. But of course, as of right now, the latest show with Marvel is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Last week we got 2 episodes to start out the series. This week we got 3. Next week we have 3 more, and then for the series finale, or I guess you could say season finale, because we have 2 more seasons on the way. Is episodes, I want to say 8 and 9, I believe, because yeah, we have 3 through 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 9, 10. So 9 and 10 for kind of like the season finale. I am loving this series. I can't get over it. I'm having a blast of a time. I keep smiling. I keep grinning ear to ear with my smile, and this series is phenomenal. And I can't wait to hear what everybody thought about these 3 new episodes we got this week. Do you guys like the format of having 3 episodes a week? Let me know. Do you like the release schedule? Hi, what happened in these episodes? Hello, what's up, Crimson? What's up, Jamiggy? A lot of great things happened. We got a Tombstone, name reveal, which you wouldn't believe who Tombstone is. We got a look, of course, our first look at Doc Ock. Doc Ock was, shown at the end of episode, I believe at the end of episode, I think it was 4, at the end of episode 4. And we also had mention of Sokovia, the Sokovia Accords, and the fight between Cap and Iron Man at the airport. So many big things happened in this episode. So many also character developments happened in episodes 3, 4, and 5. And I can't wait to talk about them. We're going to start off, of course, talking about episode 3, which we are going to go on real quick, go onto the internet, and I'm actually going to be pulling up some pictures from what I can for episode 3. But yeah, I really am enjoying this series. It's really grounded, it's very real, and I love it. So Lonnie is Tombstone. Crimson, yes. Yes, you kind of figured it out, because a lot of people thought that the father initially, before we saw Lonnie's father, that the father was going to be Tombstone, but it turns out it's Lonnie. And I feel like I didn't really notice that until they were saying, until he wanted to come up with a new name for him in the gang. And I was like, as of course, I think his name is like Big Don or something like that. As he said, how about, I was like, Tombstone, it makes sense. So that was really big. That was kind of like how we left off the last episode of episode 5, was that cliffhanger. And I was like, holy shit, what the hell? I was like, oh my god, this is making things so much more interesting. I can't believe I didn't notice it until they were coming up with a new name for him for the gang. But episode 3, I really enjoyed. Episode 3 is really about, kind of how we left off episode 2, which of course is now Norman Osborn knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So we kind of like leave it off with that. And I was like, oh my god, I still couldn't get over it. And I was with Peter like, oh my god, I can't believe Norman knows. Especially this earlier on in the series, Norman Osborn knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Changes things. Norman really is playing the Tony Stark to Peter Parker in this. They're kind of, I see where like this, I see the blueprint for Homecoming and kind of like Tom's trilogy in this. I see it, and it's hard to not notice it, and I'm not mad at it. I kind of like how they're switching some things up, but you definitely see that Norman being kind of the caretaker and kind of like the father figure to Peter. You see it, and I do like it a lot. I really do love this version of Norman Osborn. He has so much character, so much swagger, and I really do like this version of Norman. And you can just see how excited he is to help Peter be a part of like Peter's, crime fighting around New York City. He wants to be a part of it. He wants to make Peter suits. He wants to help Peter, be like, he really wants to have a new age of heroes, people that don't fight at an airport. And he mentions Sokovia, the battle of, the battle in Sokovia, or like, the Sokovia Accords. He mentions it in the battle between Iron Man and Captain America at the airport. He mentions that. We see it going on, and he's like, you and Peter can't help but like feel like, what, like, I feel like this involves me, because if you have superpowers, you need to sign up for the Sokovia Accords. And I love that. And then Norman's like, I'll deal with it, but this is a new age of heroes, and you helped save my son. And he pretty much wanted to look for Spider-Man. That's what he was doing. That's what the whole internship for like, Amadeus Cho and, the two other people and Peter. That's what the internship was about, to kind of pinpoint who was the one that was Spider-Man. He's like, I just took the most bright, kind of brightest, smartest people in New York, and I kind of narrowed it down to these four people, or these five people here, and Peter was the one. It just so happened to have been him when he caught Peter getting changed in the hallway. I was like, that's so smart. They're really showcasing how smart Norman Osborn is, that he literally had this all planned out. Like, this wasn't just that random, oh, like the internship and looking for people to help out at Oscorp. He was looking for Spider-Man. He was looking for, who is Spider-Man? He must be someone that's young, and he pinpointed it, and he found out that it was Peter Parker. I was like, that's Norman Osborn. I'm like, you were so smart that you did that. What a great way to showcase his smarts is doing that, and I love it. And he wanted to repay, Spider-Man for saving his son, and he thanks Peter for that, and he's like, I want to help you, but he's like, I don't want to force you. So, and I love it. I love, again, Peter Parker. I love it. He is so caring about everybody else. He's like, look, like, I would love to be a part of your internship, but I can't have you be a part of my Spider-Man, me being Spider-Man, because it puts you at risk. And if this means, this is the reason that you wanted me to join your internship, is because you were looking for Spider-Man, I'm now Spider-Man, I can't work here, because I don't want to put you in danger. And I love that. Peter's always caring about his loved ones, caring about people. He's like, I can put myself in danger, but I can't put someone else in danger. And I love that about Peter Parker. I love that about Spider-Man. He's always caring. He's always thinking about other people. And of course, he lets Peter think about it, but it isn't until this fight sequence where Peter is fighting kind of like this Bonnie and Clyde kind of type deal, where he has these speed boots, of course, as you can see here, and she has kind of like these laser knives, and we seen it in the clip that was released yesterday. He said, but I feel like he will turn on Peter. We'll get there, Crimson. You're thinking how I'm thinking with this. He's definitely turning evil, 100%. Like, we kind of saw it with Peter and kind of Lonnie becoming friends. I kind of knew, like, he was gonna kind of be Peter's kind of rival in school, but also villain when he's Spider-Man. We kind of knew something was up. He was too nice. You know what I mean? Things were going too well for Lonnie, and I kind of felt like, okay, shit's gonna really hit the fan. I'm like, I really care about this character, but I feel like they're kind of showcasing the difference between Lonnie's life, day-to-day life, and also Peter's day-to-day life, and I feel like, it's just one of the luck of the draw where just things aren't going well for Lonnie, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, because it's at the end of episode 5 where you're kind of like, holy shit, like, what? Hey, Bethany, how's it going? Who other villains? Oh, Doc Ock. We got the reveal of Doc Ock at the end of episode 4. You got let me cook, Jamigi. We'll get there. But Doc Ock and Tombstone name dropper are kind of what we got so far, with some other new villains, of course, to the Spider-Man mythos, the villains I've never seen before. With this whole this kind of Bonnie and Clyde type deal, which we're going to talk about, which debuted in episode 4. Spoilers, I'm going to wait to watch. Okay, cool. Best animated, Norman Osborn. I agree. I feel like it 100%. They're really giving them a lot of character development, and I love it. I think that's Speed Demon. Maybe it is Speed Demon. I think this character was introduced, I want to say, in the MTV Spider-Man. There was a fast character in MTV Spider-Man from when I was younger, and I watched that series, and I don't really know much about a lot of these kind of, I guess you could say, like, kind of needle in the haystack villains that, really don't get as much shine, where maybe these are villains that get shown before in Spider-Man comics or Spider-Man media, that are kind of overshadowed by, like, the main Spider-Man core villains that we all know and love. I don't really know much about this dude, besides kind of like, I'm gonna call them like the Bonnie and Clyde to Spider-Man's mythos of villains, but that's kind of like what Peter called them, when he was Spider-Man fighting them. But like I said, one has speed powers, one has knives for hands. That was a fun fight, and that was kind of like when he needed Norman. Norman's like, you need help, you need backup, I'm just gonna help you here. And then that's when, like, he was able to call out, and you need to wait for the recharge of the boots. There's a limit to the boots. It looks like they just are kind of learning how to use this tech. Look for their weaknesses and apply it and take them down. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. Again, it really showcases Norman's smarts. Love it. So having Peter fight them was so sick. I was like, this is so cool. This is fun. I love it. I love the fighting here. I know not a lot of people love the animation or kind of love the fighting, but I love it. I'm a sucker for it. Anything Spider-Man, I'm going to love it, and I'm loving this. I feel I can't help but, like, want to put this series above Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't know if it's recency bias. I don't think it really is. I feel like it's so written so well, and the action needs to play when the action needs to play. The heartfelt moments need to play when the heartfelt moments need to play. I really want to say this is the best Spider-Man animated series we've ever gotten. I know that's a very high bar because we have, you know, the 90s animated Spider-Man show, we have Spectacular Spider-Man, and those are very, very highly praised, especially by me for loving Spectacular Spider-Man. But I'm sorry, I really do feel like this show has an edge on Spectacular Spider-Man. I never thought I would say it because I love that show. If you know me, you know I love me some Spectacular Spider-Man. But like I said, it just, I love it. I love the play out of this sequence where he's fighting them, takes him out, goes back to Norman. They're working on suits now, which I love. That's essentially what they are doing. They're going to be working on suits, which is cool. Of course, there's a lot of funny suits, which we'll kind of get into because I want to say the suits start happening in episode, I believe in the next episode. So they start happening in episode 4. So we'll get on to episode 4. Or before we do that, I want to talk about Lonnie and his brother situation, because Lonnie in this episode is dealing with his brother, which of course his brother, I forget what his brother's name is. I want to say it's like, guys, let me know if you know Lonnie's brother's name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. But Lonnie's brother ends up joining the 10th Street Gang, which of course is in Harlem. And I was like, oh, I remember that name because of Luke Cage. I remember the name of the 10th Street Gang. I was like, okay. I was like, we're really doing this. Oh shit. So we're really seeing the two different sides of Peter Parker's life and Lonnie's life. And I love how we're spending time with our side characters. And they don't really feel like side characters. They feel like they are just as a part. Dre, thank you, Crimson. They feel like they're just as just as important as Peter Parker's story. And I love that. There's not too many series that I know that are able to balance like that are able to balance side characters, but also make the side characters not feel like side characters. They feel like they're an integral part to a story, but they do it so well here. And I just want to give kudos to the directors and the writers of this series. At the top of my head, I don't remember the names. So if you guys know their names, let me know down in the chat. But shout out to the director and the writer of this series. He freaking phenomenal. The writing is chef's kiss. But he's dealing with that, and pretty much, if I could find it, I'm gonna see if I could find it with Dre or find like a picture. Yes, okay. So I think his name is Big Don or Big like it's Big John or Big Don. I don't know, but he essentially said, "You're not leaving out of here with your brother, unless you know your brother kind of goes in a body bag. Like there's only one way out of the gang, and it's not the way you think." And I was like, killing him essentially, and that's. I was like, this is so real. I'm like, they're not even shying away from this. And I love it. I love how they're not shying away from real world issues. And they're not shying away from this is an integral part to Lonnie's storyline that leads him into becoming Tombstone, which we find out at the end of episode 5, which I'm still blown away. I can't believe, and it hurts me because I don't want Lonnie to become Tombstone. I don't want that for him. But I was like, it's starting to happen. It's like, you know, your dumb little brother got you in a situation where now you have to save your little brother, you got to be the big brother, and you got to join the gang. And I was like, shit. I was like, fuck. I was like, why does this have to happen? I was like, why? I care so much for Lonnie, but this is going to go down a dark path. And he essentially, like, shook the hand of the devil, essentially. He's like, you know, I'm stuck. Now, I'm in this, and I don't know my way out. And I feel like Lonnie, he's getting comfortable. At the end of episode 5, he's getting comfortable. He's now officially kind of joined the gang, and it's kind of like at this point, he's pushing people away. He's kind of like not telling Pearl what's been going on. And Pearl cares. Pearl, like, you know, that was the first time in episode 4, that at the end of episode 4 where like Pearl went to Lonnie's place but didn't even get to go in. Which, you know, Pearl cares. Pearl's like, I don't want you to have the hard act and keep your emotions, you know, hidden from me. I want you to tell me what's going on. I care. And you know, I don't want you to have this, you know, kind of like, you know, you're not, you're kind of like keeping those emotions away and you're not telling me things. You know, she is his girlfriend. He needs to tell her. And I'm like, he is fucking it all up. I'm like, he's going to ruin this relationship with Pearl. And he's going to make it where, like, Peter can swoop in. And that's what's going to make a problem between Peter and Lonnie, is the fact I do think that Peter and Pearl are going to start dating. Or maybe that there's going to be a point where Lonnie's not going to like that and say, Pete, I thought you were my friend. And then that's what's going to pave the way where, like, he's a bully to Peter in school, but he's also going to be a villain to Spider-Man outside of school. And we're starting to see that, which again, I love it, but I hate it because I love this character and I don't want this to be the path that he's gone on. But that little brother kind of screwed it up for him, and I don't know. I just feel really bad for Lonnie. That kind of, you know, Dre got him into this situation and he can't get out, and now I feel like he likes it. kind of likes the respect. He doesn't get very much respect, especially respect that's meaningful. I mean, yeah, he's the jock of the school. He's the star quarterback, but he wants actual respect. And I feel like he's gonna crave that, and I feel like he's liking it. So I don't know. It's scary. It's scary to see where this character is gonna go, but it's great. It's great character development. It's great. It's making things interesting. I love it. I love it. He said, yeah, I don't really want him to turn evil, and I'm thinking, what if Pearl finds out exactly? She's gonna try. She's gonna be like, why can't you just? She's like, I know you can get out of this. I know you can do it. And he's like, you don't know. You don't know. I feel like he'll bring up we live two different lives. You live high end New York. I live here. You know what I mean? I feel like we have two different lives. We live two different lives. You don't know what I go through. And I feel like that's what's going to mess it up. He's going to be, and again, that's Pearl could understand if Lonnie would let her understand. I don't think he's going to give her that chance. And I feel like that's what's going to make them break up. And again, it's going to kind of send Pearl into Peter's arms. I feel like we know where this is going. And in classic Spider-Man fashion, this is kind of where things go. And I feel like it's going to go there. And I feel like that's going to ruin Peter and Lonnie's relationship. But time will tell. I really hope Peter, because Peter will catch Lonnie in the act as Spider-Man. We all know it's going to happen. And he's going to be like, what? Like, Lonnie? No. But I feel like he won't want to talk to Lonnie about it. Or maybe if he tries, maybe he'll turn Peter away. I don't know, but it's interesting to see the storyline dynamic between Lonnie, Pearl, and Peter, where that's all gonna go in their friendship. It's gonna be some great storytelling, but also sad storytelling at that. You said, Jerry, that was to respond, of course, to Crimson to Jerry. Okay. We're gonna keep going with this. Now we're gonna go on to episode 4, which I really want to talk about because episode 4. This is when Peter's suits come into deal, which I can't wait to talk about that. Because Norman comes up with some crazy looking suits for Peter. Or episode, wait, is it? Episode 4 is it, right? Yeah, because it's 4 or 5. Yeah, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Why can't I find some other suits in this episode that get showcased? I'm gonna see if I can find them. I don't see them here. Oh, here we go. This is where they're coming up with Peter's different suits. That's when Norman is like, hey, I'm already coming up with some different suits for you. He comes up with some funny mock-ups for Peter's suits. One was like a dragonfly. One was like a Black Panther knockoff, which was hilarious. He scared the shit out of that little girl. Another one was like I don't even know, like a Thor. Like, it looked like something that would come out of Sky High. If you know Sky High, you know. If you know, you know. It looked like something that came out of Sky High, which was funny. I loved it. I honestly loved it. Like the montage of him wearing all the different suits. This was it. It was like some Sky High look like mock-up. And he said, this looks very like Thor. Like, I am not worthy, or you are not worthy. And it had me crack it up. But I love the idea that he is coming up with all these designs, Norman, and Peter's like, this isn't your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This isn't Spider-Man. What is this? But he's willing to give it a shot, but he doesn't like it. Of course, they end up coming to terms with, of course, the Future Foundation suit, which, mind you, might I add, is such a cool suit. This suit is so badass. Oh my god, I really do love the blue and the red. I know the Future Foundation suit doesn't really cater to blue and red. It's more like black and like white or something like that, but I really F with the blue and red. I really F with it. It's clean. It's cool. I love their version of the Future Foundation suit, and I want it. I want to cosplay ASAP. I need it. It's cool. But like I said, he comes up with some mock-ups. This is like the suit Peter wanted to make, which of course is his classic suit. We'll get that. I definitely think he'll ditch this kind of high-tech suit, kind of like his version of the Homecoming suit that Tony makes for him. But in this case, Osborn is making the version of the kind of like the Homecoming suit, but it's the Future Foundation suit, and I feel like he'll ditch it towards the end of the series. And I think that's probably how we'll leave the end of the series, or season. I keep saying season, with him rocking the classic red and blue. I think that's how we're gonna end the season. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't want to wait to see the classic suit in the season 2. I hope we kind of rock with the classic suit going into season 2, but I hope we see it in the finale and in episode 10. Fingers crossed. I really hope so. Those suits were fun, so funny and cool at the same time, especially the black one. Exactly. I thought it was a mixture of Black Panther, but also Night Monkey. A little bit of kind of both, but more on the Black Panther side, and I thought it was funny. When you tried to get rid of the balloon was hilarious. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love the dynamic of the suits being made, but the Future Foundation, I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Like, this is such a sick suit. Such a cool suit. It's fireproof. We end up finding out. But we'll end up finding out that it's fireproof in episode 5, which we're going to go talk on episode 5. Because Lonnie, of course, deals with more stuff kind of like he is in the recruitment stage, essentially, of Big Don like trusting him and essentially and Big Don trying to make him realize you're not getting out of this. You're in the gang. You're beat. Essentially, you just gotta earn my respect now. You gotta give it up. Give it up. All-star or superstar. You're in this. But going on to episode again, I want to go talk about episode 5. So we're gonna go talk on episode 5. Is when we get introduced to Scorpion, which was cool. Which I can't wait to talk about Scorpion. I also got a Scorpion teaser. We also got a Scorpion teaser. Yes, we did. Scorpion got shown in this, which is so cool. I also want to know, let me know, guys, on X right now or over on YouTube if there's any preview for the next couple of episodes. There might be. They tend to do that after every episode or at the end of like a batch of episodes. They tend to drop a preview for the next drop of episodes. Let me know if it's online on Marvel Entertainment. Go check for me. It'd be amazing if you guys could. But like I said, we get a shot of Scorpion. That's essentially what the gangs are dealing with. As of course, is the Scorpion gang and also the 10th Street gang. They're at Rivals. He's saying how Scorpion is dangerous. Scorpion, of course, here does not have his suit yet. He will probably in the next couple of episodes. Of course, we've seen it in the preview. Him in his suit, which of course you can see right here. He eventually will get his classic Scorpion kind of costume. Hopefully, he has the mask. I hope. I don't know if they'll give it to him, but that is cool though that we're kind of getting that. But yeah, like I said, that's kind of like what Lonnie is dealing with, and also Big Don are dealing with, or is the Scorpion gang, and essentially that's what he's dealing with to kind of earn also Big Don's kind of like earn his trust. He's like, I don't trust you. You got to earn my trust. As most gangs kind of do that kind of like you got to earn my trust. Of course, this is the villain. The villains, I guess you could say. There's villains of this kind of in this episode. Which are very interesting to kind of get shown at the end of episode 4 going into episode 5. Funny villains. I thought the big dude was Rhino. Turns out not. Their version of Rhino will be this girl right here, which her name, I want to say, are kind of like, it's like Unicorn or something like that, or I forget, it's like Unicorn. Guys, let me know if I'm correct. It was like something Unicorn, but it's kind of like their version of Rhino. I'm okay with it. I'm not mad at it. I think we could still probably get a Rhino, but I feel like this is their version of Rhino. I'm okay with it, personally. I don't mind if they're going to go with this. But the big dude seemed like he was Rhino, because at the end of episode 4, bro was rocking a Humvee that had something that was crashing through cars. I'm like, he is very crash happy. I was like, I could see him being Rhino, this dude, but I don't think he's going to become Rhino. Let me know. Do you guys think that this big dude is going to become Rhino, or do you think this is kind of like their response to Rhino? Is this kind of new take? I'm curious. I was like, I could see it both ways. I see it both ways. It could be either or. But we kind of got this kind of like laser unicorn villain, which I'm not mad at it. I think she calls herself like Unicorn. We also got a Scorpion teaser. Is that what you already said that? Or maybe I saw that again. But yes, also this mask, of course, she gets this gear from, of course, was it Doc Ock, which is cool, so that we see Doc Ock in here, which was so cool. That we saw Otto. I want to see if I can get a picture of Otto, because there was a picture of him, I believe. Let me just search it up. Maybe that's probably the best option. Because, they were her and her gang were kind of like doing a heist to get money, and she ends up dropping it off at the end of episode, I think at the end of episode 4, going into 5, and then that's when she gets the helmet. The cool thing about the helmet, though, is that it's able to analyze people's fight patterns. So as she's lasering things, causing mayhem, she's able to analyze Spider-Man's fight patterns, and Peter's having a tough time trying to fight her. Thought that was a cool showcasing that. But also, we gotta talk about this. At the end of episode 4, Harry Osborn ends up finding out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, because as he swings in after fighting the Bonnie and Clyde characters, or not Bonnie and Clyde characters, after he stops I guess the fire, because he ends up stopping the fire in the Future Foundation suit at the end of episode 4, Harry Osborn ends up finding out, because Harry is talking to Norman, and that was a shocking moment. Can we talk about that? The fact that Harry Osborn now knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Crazy. No promos for the next few episodes yet. Okay, cool. Thank you. But I want to talk about that. The fact that Harry Osborn knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I was like, oh, I was like, shit. I was like, that's crazy that even Harry now knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Okay. But Norman said, Harry's going to be your guy in the chair. And it was funny because before he could say that, I want you to be Peter's. And he said, man in the desk. Man in the desk. I was cracking up. I was like, man in the desk? You mean man in the chair? I thought that was hilarious. The man in the desk. I think that's what he's going to call himself. I loved it. I thought it was cool. But yes, Harry Osborn is Peter's man in the desk. So I thought that was hilarious. Bro, Harry was for real geeking out. Yeah, as well. He was geeking out. He was so happy. He's like, oh my god, you're Spider-Man. But he's like, what's your name again? It was funny. It was so funny. But I think they're a good dynamic. I love it. It really is. This is their version of Ned. I thought it was going to be Norman being kind of like Harry's Ned, guy in the chair. But I love how it's actually Norman doesn't have time for that. He's got meetings. He's got things he needs to do. He's got, like buyers and things like that. I was like, he needs someone, and it makes sense it would be his son. So I love that. I do like their dynamic, and I do find that it will be better to see Harry and Peter. Like the secret isn't there anymore, because usually in Spider-Man media, like Harry never knows that like until later that Peter is usually Spider-Man. But I love how they're kind of just starting out with that, and it's kind of that's what they're using to bond. And that's how they're becoming friends. I'm down with it. I like the switch up. I like the new take on things. Harry Osborn, the new Ned Leeds. Well, he really is. Jerry, you're right there with me, man. And I love it. I love that Harry Osborn is kind of like the new Ned Leeds. Of Peter's, kind of being Peter's man in the chair, or guy in the chair. I love it. I just love it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun, and he helps them. He helps him fight this kind of laser villain, and I liked it. I thought it was cool. Thought it was fun. Of course, he wasn't really much help doing the research on who this is and really where the tech is coming from, but the tech is coming from Doc Ock. We did get that confirmed at the end of episode 4 that Doc Ock is the one supplying people with the gear, and he doesn't have his gear yet. Like Otto does not have his Doc Ock arms yet. His arms, he's just kind of like supplying people. Giving them enhancements. He's not even really saying he's giving them gear. He's like, I'm giving you guys enhancements. So I love that, and it's very, very Otto. It's very Otto of him. You know what I mean? Or yeah. So I really like it. I can't knock it. I love it. He's giving people enhancements, and that's what he does. So I'm trying to think of some other things before we kind of wrap this up. When we mentioned that Harry is his guy in the chair, really really cool. And yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with what the show's doing. But yeah, like I said, he ends up taking a blow from her because she ends up trying to shoot the big dude, which I don't know if we're gonna be able to find it, but she ends up shooting her kind of one of her fellow partners in crime, and that's when she realized what Spider-Man's weakness is. Like, oh, you always like to protect people. You can go try to protect my guy. And of course, he took a big blow that looked like it was a blow that killed Spider-Man. Like it was a big explosion blow where I was like, bro is cooked. And he almost does die, but it wasn't until her dude said, no, you're wasting your time. It's only a matter of time until the Avengers show up. We gotta go. Of course, in that weight of her causing mass destruction, she ends up getting caught. He ends up getting caught. They end up being taken to prison. The rest of them get away though. These two get away, but these two get sent to prison because of her actions with the laser helmet. So, but I love it. I really do love it. And of course, we end it with, of course, Lonnie and him being called Tombstone. Does get mentioned. This is kind of the only thing I could find right now, but Lonnie does end up getting the moniker of Tombstone because he ends up saving Big Don's life from Scorpion, because Scorpion is getting ready, or Matt Gargan is getting ready to stab Big Don of the 10th Street Gang, but of course Lonnie saves him, and that's when he gets the name of Tombstone. I couldn't believe it. What a cliffhanger. What a way to spice some things up. What a way to kind of tell us what path he is on. Because I wasn't quite too sure. I didn't know what path he was on. I was like, I feel like he's going to become a villain, but I really hope he doesn't. And I was like, I really feel like maybe he could get out of this. But at this point, I don't think it's happening. He likes the respect. He likes the name Tombstone. It's happening. It's happening, boys and girls. It's happening. I'm wondering when he's going to get his powers. let me know, guys. Do you guys think that we could see a season where Lonnie does get his abilities? Let me know. I'm curious. I also feel like in episode 3, Norman was looking at the symbol a little bit, looking at the symbol a little too bit too long. Exactly. He knows. I feel like they're kind of going with the storyline maybe of Insomniac Spider-Man, of Spider-Man 1, of Spider-Man PS4, where, as we know, was it Otto does not like Norman Osborn and like has it out for him. I feel like possibly they're gonna go with that storyline where they came up together, they made the company together, and then maybe Bro got screwed out of the company, maybe, and Norman is just keeping it hush hush. We'll have to wait and see. There's definitely history there, and I'm wondering if they are taking stuff from the Spider-Man games, which would be cool. I would be down for that. If they want to kind of go that route, I'm fine with it. I like how they're picking and choosing, but they're also adding new elements. I like that. They're taking the best of Spider-Man media and they're putting it, and they're kind of flipping it on its head and giving us something even better, if I'm being honest. I just am really loving where the direction of this season is going and where the series is going as a whole, because we have 2 more seasons on the way. Um, the season 2 script already got greenlit. It's already done. They're going to start working on animation probably this year at some point. If not, maybe they already started on it. And they already actually apparently, from what I heard, the season 3 script is about to be kind of showcased to Marvel and see if they like the season 3 script. So they're already ahead of the game. They're already ahead of the curve. I actually want to know your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man writer's name is. I kind of want to know that before we kind of get out of here. Jeff Trimmel, or hopefully I'm pronouncing it Bro's name right, but Jeff Trimmel is a goat. That's all I'm saying. Bro knows what he's doing, and I'm on full support of my bro. I like this picture because it has friendly neighbor Spider-Man. Jeff Trimmel, you're the GOAT. You know Spider-Man, and you know how to keep things interesting and keep us on our toes. When we think we know things, we really don't, and I love it. And the thing I love the most is that about this series and about this show is the fact that they can bring us and make us have nods to the MCU, but it doesn't affect the story of Peter Parker. They're acknowledging that they're the fact in the MCU, in a version of the MCU, in a different universe, but they're not beating us over the head with letting those events and those actions affect the story that needs to be told. When you have a writer like that, Marvel, keep him. Keep my bro. Hopefully my bro don't get into any weird shit. And Jeff was it? And Jeff and Jeff Trimmel can just stay on a good path. He's kicking ass. I want him to stay the writer of. I want this to be consistent. I don't want it to feel like different seasons. I want them to keep him as the writer, because if they get a different writer, that could screw everything up. I'm loving what bro's putting down. He really, let's say it now. Let's get Jeff Trimmel to make a Miles Morales movie in the MCU. Let's do it. The live action Miles Morales movie, bro should write it. That's all I'm saying. He knows how to bring the real world dynamic of, what it's like to be a black man, and kind of like, the struggles that come with it, but also the reality and how to keep things real. And I really do feel like he would kill it making a Miles Morales movie, like writing a script. I don't know if anybody else has mentioned that, but I could see it. I could totally see it. It's fresh. It's new. This is what we need for Spider-Man. Quite honestly, like this is the energy I need them to bring for a Miles Morales movie. I think I might be the first one saying it, but I think Jeff Trimmel should do it. I think so. I think he should write the Miles Morales movie script for Marvel Studios. I think so. I also love that they are putting their own twist because that means that they are not bound by anything that came before. Facts. Let him be on X-Men 97. Yes, script as well too. Crimson, I couldn't agree more. He's cooking. I'm loving what he's doing, and I feel like he'd probably do amazing things for X-Men 97. I mean, he's clearly not afraid to kind of speak real and speak on real world issues, and I love it. This is what we need. This is the type, and I think he would kill it, kind of like with the mutant dynamic, and kind of like, um, just yeah. I think he could really do amazing things with X Men '97 if they ever wanted to put him on there. But I need bro on that Miles Morales movie script. I need it now more than ever. We know Miles Morales is coming in some shape or form, whether it be in this series. Who knows? We don't know what spider went into whose bag in episode 1 in the pilot. Who knows? But I need it. I need him to do something with Miles, whether it be in the series or whether it be in a. I need that live action movie. I'm putting it out in the universe for you, man. Jeff Tremble, I'm putting it out there for you. I need you to do that Miles Morales, movie. I need you to write that script. Maybe even direct. Maybe even do that too. I have all the faith that bro could pull it off. Guys, clip it. Take this, screen record it, clip what I'm saying. Go put it up on social media, on Instagram. Go put it up on TikTok. Go put it up on X. Clip this and go tag at Jeff Trimmel. Let him know. Go at your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man creators. Like, let's get it. Let's get the needle moving. Bro should be doing it. I'm loving what he's doing. He's cooking. I mean, this is up there with your X-Men 97. What a great follow-up to X-Men 97. And for an animated series, what a follow-up. Think about it. This is the only thing that Marvel's made besides X-Men 97. Like, this is the follow-up of an animated like show that goes kind of in the realm of X-Men 97. Bro's cooking. I'm loving what he's doing, and I can't wait to see the next couple of episodes. We have episodes 6, 7, and 8 next week, and then we have 9 and 10 that following week. So guys, we have another big kind of episode spoiler review next week for the next couple of episodes. We're going to be here for a while. I might try to start the stream yet again at 12:25. In fact, that's pretty good. I woke up at like 10 something today to do my reactions over on Patreon for episodes 3, 4, and 5. If you guys are interested, they will be up on Patreon after stream. I got done recording those. I'm going to put the thumbnails on them and put them up on Patreon. Only $5 a month. I might actually put the first 2 episodes up free right now over on Patreon. So if you guys want to go catch my reactions to the first 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, they will be up free sometime today, along with the last a few episodes of Daredevil, of my rewatch of Daredevil Season 2. The last 4 episodes of Season 2 are up free over on Patreon, along with the first, all of Season 1 of my rewatch of Daredevil is up free, and all of my Season 2 of my rewatch of Daredevil are up free right now. I'm actually going to start recording a couple more episodes of my rewatch of Season 3 of Daredevil. Jerry, let me know. I don't know if you started. If you're still in here, I don't know if you started Season 3 of Daredevil yet. Are you watching Defenders before you start your watch for Daredevil Season 3? Or are you not watching Defenders and you're finishing Season 2 and you're getting ready to watch my rewatch reactions for Daredevil Season 3? Let me know, because I don't know where you're at with the reactions of Daredevil, but I want to know and kind of get an idea of how many more episodes I should put out this week of my rewatch of Season 3, but your first time watching Season 3 of Daredevil. Let me know where you're at so I can hook you up with some episodes over on Patreon. But yeah, guys, I loved it. We're going to be back here next week, 12:25 p.m. EST, Wednesday. Put on those notifications because we're going to be doing it. Still in Season 2. Okay, cool. I'm going to get a couple of episodes out of Season 3 today. So you have a couple to start when you're done with Season 2. How are you liking Season 2? Are you liking it? Let me know. I'm curious. I'm loving that this is your first time watching it, man. It's great. And amongst a lot of you guys, go join my Patreon. Like I said, I'm really trying to get 100 Patreon subscribers for the paid tier. I'm trying to make it so I can start doing more unboxings here for you guys, start doing more just reviews and things for products. To do so, you know what I mean? That means you guys got to go support over on Patreon. So I really appreciate the people that do. Jerry, shout out to you, bro. You're one of my first Patreon subscribers, so you've been here since day one, man. So I really appreciate it. You help me be able to do a lot of the things I do here. I'm able to showcase here on YouTube, but able to also showcase over on Patreon for the exclusive $10 and $5 tiers. So I appreciate you, man. Of course, as always. You said loving it. That's great. I'm so glad you're loving it. That's what's up. Really happy. That's what I love to hear. But guys, like I said, free reactions for rewatch of Daredevil Season 1 and 2 over on Patreon. And then starting next week, and also the first 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man are going to be up free over on Patreon. And then these next 3 episodes will be free next week. When I drop these next couple of episodes for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So stay tuned. Like I said, you guys get early access. I just started doing that where I'm dropping things like the next week free. If you want to get like a look at it and you want to catch up with the latest stuff, you pay for the memberships. It's not bad. 5 and 10. 5 is practically free. You get access to everything. Movies, shows, everything. Invincible's this Thursday. Season 3 of Invincible. I'm going to be covering that. If you want to watch my reaction to the first 2 episodes or 3 episodes of Invincible, Season 3, go join the Patreon on the $5 tier. It's worth it. Guys, I'm going to head out of here. I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll catch you guys next week for episodes 6, 7, and 8 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on the next Spoiler Talk stream. Hope everybody, yeah, like I said, peace.